versus Gen Z. I think this is a genius
I do too.
topic because
Claude came up with it,
Claude
and I
came up
loved
with it.
it.
As you guys know, that's how we choose our topics. We do not research anything. We do it the way Lori and I do life.
We just wing it. Just winging it, man.
Just winging it. For your entertainment. So today, Claude picked Gen X versus Gen Z. Perfect.
I love it. And there's so many. This is going to be a long one,
It is
probably,
gonna be.
because there's so much.
There's so much. And
There's childhoods. There's parenting.
yes. Great.
Yeah.
That's great. So the reason why we didn't say Gen X and millennials, because millennials went through some of the stuff we do.
Yeah,
It's right
let's
after
say,
us. No. I get a little, I feel like a part of me is a little millennial.
Yeah.
The no kids, just a dog, blah, blah, blah. Use my money to travel, didn't, whatever. But Gen X versus Gen Z is going to be a fun topic.
Yeah, just night and day.
100%. One of the things that would you choose to be a Gen Z versus a Gen X if you could go back? I would not.
No.
I would not.
First of all, can you imagine all those times I was drunk off my ass and
then there's
someone
social
recorded it?
That's exactly, and we'll get to there. We're going to start from childhood and then go to there, but that would probably be my number one thing I would say no to.
Well, and just how stupid you were when you were young, really. I mean, things I said,
100%.
when you're young, you're so self-centered.
Yeah.
You think you know everything.
Yep. Okay, so let's start from the bottom and work our way up.
Okay.
But I would also say that would be my answer. I would not change to be a Gen Z and be younger today, ever.
Right.
I love the age that I am. It's fine. I've had a good life. But let's start from the bottom up.
Let's do it.
TV was not our main source of entertainment.
No.
I loved that about our generation. We rode bikes. Mm-hmm. We roller skated. We didn't rollerblade. That wasn't even a thing.
No, we didn't rollerblade.
Roller skating. You walked places? What? You walked to the public pool so you could go swimming with your friends?
Yep.
You rode your bikes down to the baseball diamond so that you can go and get candy because your parents didn't really buy it?
Right. It's okay. It's okay. And that's why we have an issue with sugar today. Thanks a lot.
And that's why I've never had a cavity at 53 years old.
True.
But we had to actually go somewhere and hang out with people our age.
Yes. And listen, it's not like things didn't happen then, unfortunately. I mean, but it was so much safer then.
Oh, God,
and I will tell you 100,000%. I used to when Abby had a friend over, I would let her and her friend walk to either the pool when she was in like middle schoolish, or the playground in our little tiny area.
Right.
But like I could look out the window and see her. There's no way in hell she would get up in the morning and go, all right, I'll see you at lunch. There's no way I would not want to know where she was at all times.
No. And, this makes my father crazy. We'll say, Dad, you don't even know what we used to do. And even now, in our 50s.
And it's so true.
And in our 50s, my dad, if he's here, is like, Dad, we used to walk down to Hill's department store, right? That was a few miles away.
Yeah.
Off of a busy road.
Yeah.
And we would go underneath railroad tracks to get there. Like, it makes him cringe that we even did something so stupid. But back then, you walked.
Yeah.
You rode your bike.
Yeah, we used to, my girlfriend, Lori and I, the one who unfortunately passed away, but we would walk from our houses up to no, it wasn't Walgreens. It was it Eckerd's?
Or
Woolworths?
Woolworths. Yes.
It might have been Woolworths.
Woolworths, yes. I used to love Woolworths because they had great pizza.
Yep, yeah. And my mom would give me like a couple bucks and go, get me another pair of the egg-shaped pantyhose.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. Like she would be like, I need another pair of those pantyhose. Can
That's
you imagine wearing pantyhose, by the way? Now that's another thing from our generation to like our mom's generation. Like our moms wore
pantyhose.
No, our moms wore pantyhose and
it's like,
a slip.
I remember slip being a thing for my mom too.
Yeah.
But why again? Because things were see-through?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Like, I don't
did it
remember why.
look nicer on your legs because it would make it all like uniform or something?
I don't know that. Interesting. That's so interesting. But yeah, you and I remember as children, not only that, like going around the neighborhood all day because you left in the morning, you came home at night.
Yes.
And I'm like, Mom, did we come home for lunch? She goes, yeah, sometimes you did, sometimes you didn't. You know, I knew somebody would feed you, and it's like, oh my God, that's crazy to me.
Right.
And not only that, they would drop us off at the mall.
Oh, we would
as young people and pick us up like 4 hours later.
Lori and I used to take Leetran, which was the public bus service, from Cape Coral all the way over to the Edison Mall, which over my dead body would Abby have ever gone there by herself. Now, it wasn't as much of a shithole then.
No, of course
when
not.
we went.
Right.
But there's just no way.
No.
There's no way I would have let her go on a fucking public bus.
No, I wouldn't even let you go on a public bus.
That's true. I'd let you go on a public bus.
I know, she
for
would.
sure. If I was drinking at a casino and you were going to go on a public bus.
Yeah, we'll address that.
I wasn't really going to let you go. I had to cash in my ticket.
Listen. So anyways, we'll get into that because that's part of Gen Z and Gen X. But so childhood, we're gone all day. God, you came in when the street lights came on. If you didn't come on when the street lights come, you were grounded. That's it. We knew. Street lights aren't, oh shit, I got to get home.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to start looking for me. They never had to look for me, to be honest. They didn't have to look for me.
No.
My twin and I or my friends, no. We were there. TV wasn't a thing. You had channel, and I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, so you had channel 3, 5, and 8, 43, and 25. That's it.
We had 2, 5, 7.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So TV wasn't a thing. We lived for summer because I lived in Ohio, but we also lived for winter because winter you would build a snowman, you would build an igloo. My dad helped us build an ice rink one year. Like winter was fun too.
Oh, it was totally fun. We would go out. I don't know how I did this because I cannot stand being cold.
Oh, me neither.
We would go out in the morning when it was a blizzard. Not really, but we would go out. We'd build igloos. We built 100%. Whatever. And then we would stay out until whenever, and we'd come in, my hands would be like...
Yeah, our lips would be purple.
Yes. Yeah, your fingernail beds.
Yeah, I used to get snow right here. You know that...
Oh... I remember that. Isn't that a sweet memory? But it would burn.
Yeah, because your glove and your jacket sometimes didn't meet because you outgrew it. But if you got snow right here, you're like, it's time to go in.
And it would almost burn.
It would burn. And you're like, you know what? It's time to get chicken noodle soup because now I have a frozen wrist.
It's time to go in for some SpaghettiOs.
I'm going to get SpaghettiOs with a white Wonder Bread with butter. Ooh. And...
I like the little meatballs in there.
Me too.
And
I can still taste it.
What the fuck they were. Yeah, you can still taste the tin from the can.
100%. My sister Mandy used to eat that cold. What the fuck?
I used to love SpaghettiOs. And I feel like now if I ate it, it wouldn't be as good.
I say we do it. This episode is sponsored by SpaghettiOs.
Let's do it. Let's do a video on it.
Let's do it.
Because I haven't had it since I was probably in... my God, my first year of middle school.
Let's do it. I love it. All right.
I used to love me some SpaghettiOs.
Love it. So they don't know canned food, right? And now, here's my biggest thing that I think about with Gen Zers. We didn't, and I don't know if it wasn't as popular, but we didn't go to fast food restaurants. We didn't.
Oh my God, absolutely not.
We did not go to fast food restaurants.
We didn't go out for dinner.
We didn't go out for dinner.
No. That was like a very special... Not for your birthday though. Like you were home and your mom made a cake.
Yeah, no.
You didn't have like these big extravagant birthday parties at like Chuck E. Cheese.
No, your cousins came over.
You were allowed to invite a couple friends for a sleepover.
Right. Your cousins came over. I shared it not only with my sister, but I shared it with Christmas, you know?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. We were kind of screwed.
Yeah, you were kind of gypped.
But anyways, it doesn't matter. And you know, you didn't go, you didn't.
No.
John and I go out to dinner every single night, almost. And I think about what our bill is, and I think about a family of 4 or 5, and I'm thinking, how do they do it?
Yeah.
Is everybody sharing a meal?
No, for sure. That's
It's
like
like,
my
what the
girlfriend
hell?
had 2 kids. So like her bill was always like way more than mine.
Yeah.
You know, and I was always like, Jesus, like mine's
how
bad
are you-
enough with just me and Abby.
Right. Or he's like, can you just eat off my plate?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I would be as a kid, or as a, it's like, can you share?
That's why the kid meals were so great, because they
Yeah.
were like $6 or $7 or whatever. And
Yeah, now they're like $35.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But yeah, we didn't go to restaurants. We didn't, we just didn't go to hey, Mom, can you pick me up this on your way home?
Yeah,
no, it didn't happen.
No way. I know, like we'll be leaving work and I'll text my family even and go, hey, does anybody want, if that's not a night I'm cooking or whatever, I'll be like, who wants what? Like, what do we want? Culvers. We got the Culvers. We got.
Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
But I also want to say, in our defense, I feel like a lot of times it's cheaper to go through drive-through than go and buy it at the grocery store.
Or you mean go to dinner even? Because like when you get a chicken, like John made, what did I tell you said he made the other night? Oh, chicken Parmesan. By the time he cooked for 5 of us, because Ryan and his friend came over, whatever, he's like, I could have bought that at a restaurant.
Yes.
So it's not always cheaper to do it.
Well, last week I made this really good dinner that I saw on TikTok. It was so great.
Oh, yeah. She had us over and her whole family didn't belch or fart through the whole thing.
Yeah,
so that was really nice.
Yeah, well, I warned them. I told them,
you did?
Let's have some manners this evening.
Let's have some manners, even though it's Suzanne and her family.
Yeah. So anyway, I made this awesome thing, and but anyway, you had to buy like a the chuck roast.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then like, what are those noodles called? Pappardelle or whatever. I've never had them.
Pappardelle or something.
Pappardelle or whatever.
I don't know. We're slaughtering it, so whatever. So good. They were so good.
It was so good. It was so good. But do you know how much that dinner cost to buy?
How much?
I probably spent $160.
I know,
and that wasn't all for that. Like, I got other stuff too.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. I know. John and I say this all the time. It's like, is it really so bad that we go out to dinner and have an experience to get to go out and be around other people? Because we both work from home, except for me at the dental office 1 day a week. But we work from home. We want to get out. We want to get out. The dogs want to get out. We want to get out. Florida.
Now, we couldn't feed that many people, though, because we did have 8 people. No, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. We did have 8 people, so there's no way you could eat out for 8 people for that much.
I know, but anyways, we get the point. But moving on, they have to have someone drive them there. Mm-hmm. They have to have a electric bike, or they do it all online when they see each other.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about us when we would walk somewhere, go biking somewhere.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going back to. You were like, they have to.
No, so we would have to travel somewhere to go and see our friends.
Yes.
We used our feet, our bikes, our
bicycles,
right, all of that. Now, they're like, they're going to do that online. Like Ryan didn't come over the other night because he wanted to play some sort of game with all of his friends. I was like, oh, that's good. And he goes, no, it's online.
Well, and that's how it is. Okay. That's how it is.
I know.
And like I said, I would have never let Abby go out and play with a bunch of neighborhood kids. I don't know. You don't know if the father's a molester. I'm sorry.
I know. It's not the way it was.
And I am so big on true crime and shit. I listen to that stuff all the time, and I, whatever. And some of the shit that happened to me when I grew up, there's no fucking way.
No.
You're not going to some people's house. No. I don't know the dad. I don't know the mom. Who's the boy? The sister's boyfriend's there. Okay, fantastic. They're 6 years older than Abby. No.
I'm like that with my dogs, and they're dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know their mothers.
Yes.
I don't know their mothers. What does one of them have a peanut allergy? You bring,
exactly
peanut butter and jelly to doggy daycare. One of them gets sick, and then I got to worry about it.
Right. And then it's your fault. You know what I mean?
But no, I'm protective of my dogs. I can only imagine with a child. I don't have any children by design, but Mom, can you take me over here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't walk anymore. They don't bike anymore. They don't do all of that.
Well, and it's completely different. Do you ever remember your mom talking to you about stranger danger?
No.
I don't think I remember that. I don't think that was even a thing until, what was the sweet little boy's name? The America's
Adam something.
Adam, when that happened, that's when
I know.
People kind of started talking about it.
Yeah.
But it was also stranger. Nowadays, it's completely different. You don't say, don't talk to strangers. You say, because it could be a woman kidnapping them. It could be like, don't talk to strange men. It could be a woman. It could be that.
Yeah.
You know, when we used to go to Disney World, we would tell the kids all the time, if you ever get lost, go find a mom with a stroller and talk to them.
Oh, I like that. That's smart.
Don't go up to a dad.
Smart.
Don't go.
That's
and
so
I mean, I'm
smart.
sorry, I hate to say that, but it's true.
I know, because you don't know who's there to pick up.
No, we would say go to a mom who has a baby or a
that's so
kid.
smart.
Yeah,
that's so smart.
Thankfully, they never got lost. But
you know, I remember going. There was an amusement park in Cleveland, Ohio, that it was called Cedar Point. We had Jogga Lake. We had, you know, just the same as you guys have Universal and all of that here. So they would. We're young. We're in elementary school for sure. Meet us at the Demon Drop. You know, we said this to Lori the other day. She's like,
I'm like, what's a demon drop? Where are we over on the other coast or something?
We were in Miami. I go, meet us at the Demon Drop. But my sister got it because that's what we used to say. But we would go, because my parents didn't want to ride the same things we did. And we would, you know, we would be 4 out, you know, like you would never do that today.
No
way.
No.
But also in elementary school that kids would not understand. The card to get a book out, you used to have to, and we mostly Gen Xers listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
But you would have to go through the card catalog,
The Dewey Decimal System,
look up the name, then find the number, and then you would have to go and look, 65.
Yeah, 65 point, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta go, okay, wait, I'm in horror, I'm in, you know, educate.
Yep.
An encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Encyclopedia.
The Encyclopedia
Google.
Britannica.
You would have to look up, when you did a thing, you had to look up a book report, you would have to read the book.
You'd have to go to the library. You'd have to look up old newspaper clippings on what was that called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Shit. The slidey
The fish thing.
Fisher?
Fish.
No. Go fish? No, that was cards.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Fisher. What was that called? Oh, my God.
Anyway.
It's going to drive me crazy. Can I just look it up real quick? Microfish.
Yeah.
Microfish.
Yeah. And then write down all the information that you found out on that.
Yes. Dot, blah, blah, blah. And you'd have like 10, you know, super long things. Go to the fiction center. Yeah. It's fiction 236.75.
Yeah. And then you have to find out what you think is important to also, you know, you had to read a bunch of pages to figure out what we needed. You're not going to just, but I mean, I would just copy down the thingy and hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but it took so long to find out, like, that's a really pretty frog. Look at all the colors. I sure would like to know about that. Let me have, Oliver just
clotheslined himself again, but he's okay.
Dad must be home,
I guess.
Okay.
Do you want me to shut this?
Yes, let's shut that. Sorry, guys. We're going to take 1 second. Good. Hopefully he goes all the way down and doesn't poop on that thing. But you used to have to look it up, go, you can't take a picture of it. You can't take a picture of the frog. You just have to remember what it looks like. And then you're going to go into the library and you're going to go look up
National Geographic magazine.
Look up frogs. Ding, 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 ding.
Yep.
Oh, God.
You had no clue. And Susie and I even still joke today because we'll be wondering something and I'll go, you know, it's too bad we don't have.
I'm gonna have to blur that.
What happened?
When I shifted my leg, I lifted up my dress.
Oh, nice. Anyway, like we'll go, too bad we don't have like a mini computer in our back pocket.
Yeah.
Because literally you can just ask anything. It's insane.
Right.
And I can't, you know, it's like as much as I bitch about technology, I can't imagine not having it now. Right.
Would I change that part of our life? Yeah, I would change that part, but that's such a small part.
But we didn't know what we were missing then, though.
100%.
Also.
Agree. 100%.
I don't know. It was just like a simpler time.
It really was.
You know?
Even though it seems much harder, it was so much more simpler.
Well, and I feel like people were smarter too, kind of, because you had to figure shit out.
Yeah.
Like now you just go, like you ask Claude. Like today I was trying to figure out our spreadsheet for our Ellie stuff. And I took a screenshot. I sent it to Claude. I'm like, how do I put this in a spreadsheet?
Yep.
It sent it back within 2 seconds. Like,
I know
how you do everything.
I
could have never, there's no way in hell I could have done a spreadsheet.
No.
I would have had zero idea. I'm learning so much on the computer though.
Yeah,
with us doing all this stuff.
Same. Lori?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, we're back.
We're back because Lori...
We have a little...
Unfortunately, Lori has a very sick uncle.
Yeah, and I saw a text and...
but he's okay at the moment.
He's very good.
Okay. All right. Which worked out because I was able to get a blanket because I keep shifting and I'm in a short dress.
And... we put our thing here so we can both be comfortable now.
Now we have here. Yeah. Now we have a stool in front of us, and now
we could do this all day.
Now we can do this all day. I know it looks weird, but I don't care. I have to have a blanket because I have to put my feet up. My hips hurt.
Yeah. This might be a two-parter.
Yeah,
I feel like. All right, so we were saying that it was a simpler time.
It was a simpler time.
You had to be smart.
Wait, Lori. You'll understand because Lori and I did one of the best podcasts of our life and the audio wasn't on. So now we have to check. Are you all right? I don't have a tissue for you right now. So
that was good.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
I love this cup, but I feel like, no, it must be me because my other cup does it too.
Oh, where it drips out right here?
Yeah,
one of my cups do that too.
I'm just going to take the lid off and then I can just drink it like, oh shit.
God, you spill coffee on my white carpet.
I'm so sorry. I did earlier when I fell. I got it up though.
All right.
It's fine.
So anyways, it was a simpler time then.
It was a simpler time. And I know what I was going to ask you. Oh no, we already covered that. If your mom talked to you about stranger danger and all that stuff.
Wait, okay. I remember like
a little bit, but it was because of Adam.
Because of Adam, right? He would have been maybe a little younger than we were. We were a little bit older than Adam would have been.
Yeah, I think that was in like was that in the 80s?
Yeah, but anyway, yes, and but anyway, it's not like it is now. But also, as we age, I would not the bullying. We had a neighborhood bully. I think I told you that. We had a neighborhood bully that would just terrorize the neighborhood. She didn't fare well in life. Usually those bullies are being bullied at home and they have huge issues and blah, blah, blah. But she terrorized the neighborhood. And I think about the Gen Zers and social media and cameras being on your phone and videotaping everything. Women sending young kids sending nudes to each other. Like, what are you thinking? Probably did it as an adult, but I wouldn't send it over text. Like, no.
Yeah.
We're luckily old enough to know.
I've sent some sex
I was just going to say the same thing.
If I'm being honest.
But any of the ones that
oh my God. Wait.
Can I do? Go ahead.
I have to find those fucking pictures when I had those heels on and I was trying to take those sexy pictures.
Wait, you want me to post it here?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
But don't forget, 90% of our audience is women.
Oh, I don't care. Okay. I don't care. They're fucking hilarious. I was trying to be sexy, you guys.
You got to send them to me. I will post them
Oh
for
my
you.
God. And I'm like hanging off the bed. I have these high black sexy ass fucking shoes on.
Yeah.
Panties. I don't even know what.
Yeah,
I don't care. We can blur it if my boobs are showing, but it's so funny.
Yep.
Oh my God. They're so funny. Okay, go ahead.
And I was just going to say this kind of the same thing-ish, probably in my 30s when I looked really good. I probably sent out some pictures that were a little on the sexy side, but if I'm sending it to you, I know that there's a risk and I look badass, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like if anyone saw those pictures, I'd be like, oh, darn. They're all cropped. You fix the lighting a little bit here and there.
Same. I'm thinking about one person in particular that we had sexy pictures together, and I was thinking, if those cut out, what a shame. No, damn.
Yeah. Oh, darn.
No, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah. Oh, shoot.
Can I get an 8 by 10?
God, it's so funny. Right. Yes.
But anyways.
Can you make me a boudoir?
Yes. But bullying, cyberbullying, social media bullying, same thing, right? Cyberbullying.
Yeah, I think so.
What they went through versus what we went through is not even close.
No, and I mean, for us, it was hard too. I mean,
Right.
there was always a bully.
There's always a bully.
There was always a bully. And I kind of agree a little bit, like that shit happens and it makes you tougher.
Yeah.
But I also at the same time, like we were talking about earlier today, we were talking about what's his face from 90 Day.
Oh, Big Ed. Big Ed. Us, yeah.
Big Ed.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, you know, in he mentioned something about the first season and he didn't like it. He didn't like how he looked and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, people were really cruel. Like he has, you know, something going on that he can't help.
Yeah, with his...
Yeah, like,
if you don't know him,
neck.
look him up. He actually follows us.
And I actually love him.
I know.
And he's such a hot mess, but I love him. But I'm a hot mess,
You're a hot
too,
mess,
so.
and everyone loves you.
Yeah. Yeah, so
fine.
it takes one to know one.
Yeah,
but I just thought it was so, like, it's so mean how people behind their keyboards.
I know. I mean, and we get hate. We get hate,
Yeah,
too.
well, we're going to start doing our little courtesy
so
flush.
Lori and I are now going to call out our haters. We don't have many, luckily. We are going to call out our haters, and we're going to have a segment called Courtesy Flush.
The courtesy flush.
So we're gonna post our haters and make funny comments.
Yes.
Not mean comments, because
and that's what I told her.
Yeah, negative and negative doesn't make a positive. So
yeah, two wrongs don't make a right.
No,
but it is funny.
It is funny. But we're gonna do that. But you know, as far as that goes, I wouldn't trade to be younger for that, for all the money in the world. They have it so much harder. And the younger kids now have AI on top of all of that.
Oh.
And I can't even imagine. I remember in my 30s, when 30s-ish, when Facebook first came out, I was applying for a job that I really, really wanted at this really high-end dental office. I ended up getting it, thank God. But someone had posted a picture of a drummer drumming and a girl that looked like me straddling him and facing him, and tagged me Suzanne Moss and tagged me on Facebook, and I couldn't get the tag off. And I'm like, oh my God, that's not me. It's not me at all. And plus she had tattoos like behind her here, so I could prove that it wasn't me. I don't have tattoos. And I think her name was Suzanne Moss, but it went to me somehow, and someone who tagged that must have hit mine. Yeah. You know, and that took a hot minute, and I thought, oh my God, that's what's happening too in that generation. Yeah. And there's nothing they can do about it, because once it's on the internet, it's on the internet.
Yep.
But anyways, I mean, you know, just like we said, they're young. They're like, let me send a picture of my butt to my boyfriend. They're in high school. He spreads it everywhere. Like, you can't erase that shit.
It's so bad. And I saw the saddest thing, that one boy, he started talking to some girl. He was like,
I know
catfish.
exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
He was catfish, and then he sent them nudes. He was a guy in high school, popular kid, straight A student, sent them nudes. By the morning, he had hung himself in his bedroom because they were blackmailing him for money. And he was so stressed out, and he didn't go to his parents. And he said, all I have, it's so awful. He was like, all I have is $336. And they were like, well, that's not enough. Yeah. You fucking murdered that kid.
Yeah. And not only that, remember that one where the girl convinced her boyfriend to kill himself? He gets out of the thing.
She's a piece of shit.
Anyways.
I'm sorry. And I usually don't do that. I like to play devil's advocate. That girl is a fucking...
Yeah, she'll do a lot of time. That was awful.
She's a whore. That's a devil person. That's that's an evil person.
100%. And, you know, we didn't have that kind of evil back then in social media. But let's talk about the Gen Zs versus us in our 30s as we're aging now. What in our 30s? Parenting.
Oh, yeah.
Parenting, I think, and I can't answer that. That's going to be you, but Gen Z now as parents being helicopter parents, and then Gen Xers being... You had Abby a little later, though.
I had Abby when I was 35.
Yeah.
But I will say... I say this all the time to our older patients and stuff, we talk about this, and I stand by this. I think the downfall of our society is there aren't a lot of stay-at-home moms anymore, and I'm sorry to say that.
See, I'm the other end. I would have not been a stay-at-home mom.
But I think you know, and I stayed home, and listen, I worked. I mean, I was a single mom too. I had to work, But I stayed home with Abby from 1 to 4 till she went to pre-K. And I feel like it would have been much more beneficial had I been home when she was in middle and high school. What
would you have done while she's at school, though?
Oh God, whatever. Clean my house.
But where does that put you as a
woman?
No, like if she's in high school from 9 to 3.
Well, if I was a stay-at-home mom, I would have been still married, obviously, and had income coming in.
Right.
So for me, like when I was raising her, even in like elementary school and stuff, even though I was working part-time, I was in the PTA. Like I would have been much more involved in that kind of stuff. I loved being in the PTA. I loved the women. We had so much fucking fun.
I guess I can see staying at home as a young one, but as they get into junior high and high school, do you need to be a stay-at-home mom?
Yes.
I disagree.
100%. When they come home from school and something's bothering them and they can't talk to you, I still...
Well, they get home at 3. Let's say you get home at 5. 2 hours.
I know, but Abby, when she was in middle school, she did pre-care and aftercare or whatever. And because I don't have a big family down here, so I didn't have a lot of people, but I would drop her off at middle school at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And then after school, after 3 o'clock, I wouldn't pick her up till like 6 o'clock at night. And I feel so guilty about that I made her sit in that fucking room. She should have been home. She should have been home doing her homework, whatever. You know, that's me. I feel like that.
Yeah, I feel
and
that.
I feel like these kids are not counseled properly. I just think the world's a mess, honestly.
I think the world's a mess, but
I think there's a lot of snowflake kids. I think but I don't know what the answer to that is either, because I was kind of a very helicopterish mom too.
You're very much a helicopter mom. You still are.
I still am.
Lori,
I've gotten much better though. And by the grace of God,
you have a great kid.
My kid is fucking fantastic.
Thank God.
She's fantastic.
But yeah, Lori is a little bit of not a helicopter mom, just too much. Like she could get her own ibuprofen. She could get her own.
Right. Like when she had her, well, this is like a whole nother podcast, but I did learn that when she had her tonsils out.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend's staying with us because he's goes to college and he wanted to stay on this coast
for the summer.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I adore him, but he was taking very good care of her, and I was still getting up and getting her meds. And I thought, what am I doing? Like, you know, I'd knock on their door. I'm like, hey, it's time to take your 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. medicine. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah. And her boyfriend's like, she already took it. I just gave it to her.
He did, literally. He was like, oh, I already gave it to her. I had set an alarm.
Yeah. Lori's like, Abby's doing a bunch of online stuff, you know, and Lori's now, Abby will give her a bunch of stuff to take to the post office and take to the thing.
She hasn't since that one time, though. That was one time.
Well, this is an example of how you are. Yeah. And then Lori will go, and then I'm going like, why are we running Abby's errands? And she's like,
and I thought about it, and I was like, fuck, you're right.
Like, why am I doing that? It's like, she's not working right now.
Yeah, because she was at home with the whole tonsil thing, but she was way well enough she could have done it, you know. And I was like, fuck, you're right. But that, as a parent, you don't realize that sometimes, and it's very difficult to realize that your kid is an adult. It's very hard. It's hard because you still want them to be your baby.
I'm sure that it is, because I remember John going through that after Ryan got his driver's license. He was like, peace out, hasn't seen him since. But now he's like 27. But you know, he needed John, take me here, let's go do this, let's go do that. And then he became 16, and John's like, hi, I'll do something with you.
It's
you know, difficult. It's so hard. But John had a hard time with that too. He's like, he doesn't need me anymore, right? I don't have kids. I can't. I grew up very differently. That's another podcast that we'll do
a separate podcast on how we were both raised completely different,
financially,
emotionally,
all of that,
abusively.
No, mine were great, but anyways, you know, yes, I would think parenting would be very different for the Gen Zers and the Gen Xers. You're an exception to the rule, because I think you kind of parent like a Gen Z
Well, and
more so
also-
than a Gen X, because Gen X like freaking relax,
Exactly.
like, drink out of the hose. You're
Okay,
fine.
well, and let me tell you this.
but you had them older, so maybe that's why.
Well, and with the whole parenting thing, whatever,
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't probably have the best teacher during growing up. So I constantly second guessed myself. I was constantly always second guessing myself. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing because I didn't have a teacher.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no,
I mean,
get
honestly,
that.
I didn't know what
Yeah.
the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
So you're constantly, you know, and then that plays into my anxiety and whatever. But
yeah. But yeah, so that's a whole nother podcast.
Yes.
But what would you say now, being in our, what do you think the Gen Z people, kids, will be like when they're our age now?
you know,
Gen Z worries me the most.
same. These are the people who are going to be running our country.
Right. When
and
we're
some of them
elderly-
don't know how to put fucking gas in their car.
Right. I remember, Eric,
The check.
I think
Didn't
about
know
that
how
all
to
the time.
write a freaking check.
Didn't know where to put his name.
Didn't know where anything went on the check.
No. I remember a friend of mine's kid goes, Mom, and she goes, put the laundry soap, or start a load of laundry. He's like, where do I put the laundry soap? Didn't know where to put the laundry soap. And he thought the washer dried the clothes too. And I remember her saying, he's a Gen Zer. She said, all right, put the washer in the dryer. He goes, it is. And she's like, it's not. And he's like, it is. And they're yelling back and forth. And he goes, it is, Mom. And she goes in and it's not in the dryer. She's like, it's not. Please put the washer in the dryer. And he's like, they are, Mom. And then he'd go in and he'd start the washer, thinking that the washer and the dryer.
Oh my God.
Right?
Well, yeah, and you know, this is where Eric and I differ, how we raised our kids, because if Eric cooked, Stephen had to clean up the whole kitchen, the dishes,
Yes.
everything. Abby never had to lift a fucking finger.
No.
when she
And she
lived
still
with me.
doesn't. She still.
No, she helps now. She does. Honest to God, she cleans up after herself now. Seriously, because
That must have happened in the last couple months, because.
it's since we moved in.
Okay.
It's since we moved in because and that was my fault. And even Eric said that. He goes, it's your fault. He's like, you never
Yes.
made her do any of this.
Of course it's your
He's
fault.
like, I don't blame her.
Yeah.
You know,
The same with
but it was
Ryan.
so funny that last week I had to show her boyfriend like how to put bowls in the dishwasher because neither one of them have a clue how to fucking put them in there.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you have to put it this way. So then when the water comes up, it like hits it, not this way.
Right, yeah, you're not
like
collecting
they'll
the water.
wash a bowl and then they'll put it in the dry rack, like face up. You know what I mean? But
I feel like Gen Zers. Is Abby a Gen Zer?
that's, I think it's 97 to 2013 or something.
Okay, so she's a Gen
Yeah.
Zer. They lack a little bit, forgive me, of common sense. Mm-hmm. The common sense doesn't come as easily to that generation.
Yeah,
because of the parenting, probably.
Yeah, I almost feel like a lot of parents my age with kids like Abby maybe didn't make them do anything. So like they don't know how to do all this shit.
I wouldn't-
like, so it's like, how do I, whatever. Yeah, it's not very nice.
Okay. All right. So I'll say this. I had to cut something out. So
Yeah.
I had to cut something out.
Moving on. Yeah, that wasn't
But
great.
no, I would say that, then I'll say this. Gen Zers need their parents longer than we needed our parents.
Right.
I was 16 years old, got a job. They never gave me one dime since then. Not one dime.
And look at, you have a retirement. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like my
I have
dad.
a paid off condo. I have a nice 401k.
Well, and my dad
I
gave
have
me
a savings account.
My dad gave me everything because he was so guilty.
I have an 823's credit score.
Not me.
Yeah. But see, this is my thing, is that it's not about parenting.
No, I know we're talking about the differences.
Right. But I feel like, and I remember saying this to John, don't give them everything, because then they won't they won't work for it.
Right.
But that luckily that's not the case here. But
no, I know. And I have to say, like, Abby busts her freaking ass.
Yes.
And she's like trying to get in somewhere for her EMT. And she's like, oh my God. She's like, I don't care what it is. I'll just take it, because she hates sitting around. She's like a she doesn't like just sitting.
No, me neither.
She gets so bored. And she likes making money. She's kind of a hustler.
Yeah.
She's got her little Depop on the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but I wouldn't be their generation. They probably wouldn't be ours and be like, oh my God, how do they survive without all these luxuries?
Well, let's talk about like the phone. I mean, like, honestly, like
that was going to be my next thing too.
Abby didn't know a long time ago that phones had cords.
Yeah, like, why would they know that? Why would they know that?
And did you see that video that somebody posted with the turn dial? And they were like, let's see if you can figure out how to make a phone call.
And they gave them like 15 minutes.
They're like, I don't know. They're like pressing inside the circles.
Oh God, that's such a funny, cute little thing. I'll try to find it on TikTok and post it here. But they can't figure out. They like just put their finger there. They don't let it go back around and all of that. And why would they know that? I mean, that's barely even us.
Those were such a pain in the ass, those phones. Because
and then if you
fuck
screwed
up
it
in the middle.
100%.
This is my dream I have constantly, that I keep getting the numbers wrong. And I have to start over. I have to hang up and start over.
You have to wait for that dial tone.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I would trade them is I don't have a lot of pictures of my childhood. I don't know. My parents didn't have a video camera, and we were cute little blondes. Maybe I'll put a little kid picture of me and my twin.
Well, and it was so expensive. Like Lynn, my sister, and I were talking about that. My sister's really big into like our genealogy and all that crap, whatever. But my grandpa had like a
see, we didn't have that.
Whatever. But it was very expensive. So a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have photographs because it was so expensive to get it developed.
Yeah, I don't
so
have a lot of photographs. So you didn't take a lot. You wouldn't just like willy-nilly. Like now we're like a ding, 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 ding. Yeah, and I'm not even talking about my childhood. Like I get that. But like in my 20s when I was really cute.
I don't have 30s. I don't have a lot. No, because our friends couldn't afford film.
No. And then you didn't want to carry around a camera.
Yeah, you don't want to carry around your camera.
And then if you did, like when you go, like my 20s and 30s, we started getting, the smartphones. But in my 20s, we didn't have.
I don't think I had a smartphone till I was probably in my 40s, right? When did smartphones come out?
I don't know. I'm going to find out right now.
Like, see when the first, because I remember my best friend, Christy, had a phone, and it was when texting first came out, and it would annoy the living shit out of me because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm right here. Like, if you want to tell me something, just call me or whatever.
When was the first smartphone?
Like, even the little flippy one took pictures. She can't see anything. She doesn't have her readers.
First smartphone.
Do you want me to look
2007?
Yeah, that sounds about right, because I remember Christy and I were out at breakfast and she was texting someone while we were sitting there, and the kids were babies. The kids were really little because we used to meet for breakfast like 3 days a week.
Okay, so let's see
And I was like, that's so annoying. I'm like, I'm sitting right here, I'm talking to you, and her phone would beep. And then she would look down at her phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Now
that makes sense.
I'd rather text someone than call them.
Yeah, me too.
100%.
Like, please don't call me, just text me. That makes sense because I was 35. Did I just look up?
So I would have been 37.
I would have been 34. 35. Okay. So 35. That makes sense because when I was doing all the clubbing and all that fun stuff in my 20s and 30s, we didn't have, you'd have to carry around a digital like a camera, and then you have to get it developed.
I have hardly any pictures of myself at that age.
Me neither.
Me
neither. That's the only regret that we didn't have that, like I don't know what I look like as a baby running around and playing. And, now you just just videotape everything.
Yeah.
Like if nothing else comes of our life, we have podcasts that we can look back, our social medias we can look back.
Well, and I love,
you know what
love,
I mean?
love,
Like,
love. Oh my God, my favorite thing on Facebook, because I still log into Facebook every once in a while.
I don't even get on it.
Oh my God, I love logging into Facebook, and it'll give you your memories from like however many years ago. That's my favorite. Mm-hmm. Like the other day, I had a freaking video of Abby singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and she's like 2 or 3, and I'm dead. It is the cutest thing. I must have watched it 20 times, but I love having that.
Yeah, see, we didn't have that. Like, I would have loved to have seen what I looked like in the plays when I was in high school.
I know.
You know, I just the theater group that we were in. Like, God dang it.
Like, it would have been so awesome had we had phones.
Yeah, like I was in a play, and we were just doing one act plays, and it was fun, and that's really the only one that I did. We did all the behind the scenes stuff, but it would have been fun to see that, and just God, all of that.
Well, I would love. Like, I used to be in community theater, and I did a lot of community theater stuff, and I would love to have videos of that. Like, I starred in one time, and I sang and whatever, and I wish I could get a video of that. And I know they videoed it. I just can't figure out how to get it. I tried a few years ago, and they were like, "What the fuck are you even talking about?" Because I was so young.
That's my only regret, and I think a lot of people that listen to our podcast would feel the same way. They would be like, "Yeah, I just don't have a lot of when you looked good, you didn't have proof you looked good,
right?"
And that sucks,
right?
So
one thing I do have to say, when Abby was growing up, I was always very. I was like, do not post any of that stupid shit like those other girls are doing. I mean, with her ass hanging out, or like,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? I hate.
Please.
Well, like that.
I freaking
I can't.
Come on. How old are we? Wait, yours is you even got the hook like this. Like, what is that? Like, that's even weirder. Like, that would never, like, I'm like,
well, that's the proper way to do it.
It is?
You can't do it like this.
Look how nice and sweet mine is.
No, you got to do the birds. Like, that's the wings.
That's what men do. This is a nice feminine finger. This is a nice feminine finger. Look how dainty my little finger is. This is too masculine. What is this? What is that?
I know. I hate when girls post on their like, even girls our age will do that sometimes. They'll be like, I'm like, seriously? Come on.
Like, those kind of people that, and they're single again, right? And now they're on dating apps, because my friend Adam is, we've posted him many times on our thing, but he goes on,
he's so adorable,
Bumble and all, like Tinder and all that. And he's always like, the chick's like, I can't even imagine that I would ever post that.
No. And that's why I always told Abby, and remember we were watching the crash about the girl that rammed her car.
And she's like, that.
How awful are those fucking pictures she posted of herself, like smoking pot while driving?
Right. And then she has a mushroom hanging off of her tongue.
Oh, like, she's such a white trash. And you know what? Look at how her parents are so fucked up.
I know.
Well, we didn't drink it with some big. Like, they knew she was getting high. I would have fucking killed Abby if I knew she was getting high.
No.
Oh my God.
My hip hurts. Okay.
Sorry. Not that I think pot is that big of a deal if you're older and you do it responsibly.
Yeah, who cares?
I'd rather get into a car with someone who smoked pot than a drunk person, honestly. Any day of the week. But
I agree. But anyway.
I digress.
But yeah, totally, like, and I would assume that, when we were young and single, we did Match.com. Match.com is very calm. Everybody's looking for a thing. Nobody's looking really just to hook up. Match.com was
That's not true, though.
Oh, I did not find that.
I know. We both had very different experiences.
I did not find the hookup guy. Oh, well, once in a week. Actually, I was probably...
Once a week?
Actually,
once a week I found him.
Actually, I was the hookup girl, probably, more so than the guys wanting... I would always find ones that wanted relationships.
You know what? It's almost like when you go into a bar and, like, the same guy's at the bar every week and he's getting drunk and he's constantly, like... Mm-hmm. There's those There's like the barflies on Match.com. Then there's nice people. Like I met some super cool guys that I would still I consider friends.
Yeah, same. I had a great experiences on Match.com.
I didn't have romantic ones.
No, but I was friends with them, or and then I would actually meet people through their friends and said, "Hey, we're not a match, but my friend is single." And that's I met that dentist. I dated him for a couple years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's how I met.
Yeah, that's nice.
But I had great experience on Match. Oh, we had your randoms that were funny. And if you haven't watched Dating Disasters, podcast Dating Disasters on ours.
Ours. I was like, what is that? Is that a new show?
Yeah, go watch Dating Disasters on our podcast and you'll listen to that.
We got to do a part 2 of that too, because God knows we have more stories.
For sure. But the Gen Zers, I think, would have, they had more hookup more. And I know you had different experience with me than I did on Match, but Bumble, they're here to one night stands,
plenty of fish.
Yeah, they don't have to meet someone in a club because it's all at their fingertips. Well, dating is at their fingertips now. They don't go anywhere.
Oh no, Abby's met everyone that she's ever dated on Snapchat.
I know, same.
I'm like, where did you meet him? She's like, he's on Snapchat.
Like, how do you know?
That's how they meet. But Abby doesn't go out. Like, she's not a bar person. She's never
the Gen
partied.
Zers aren't.
She's never enjoyed like social. Like, she's very,
John's
antisocial.
They don't want to go out to the bar and meet anyone. If I wanted to meet someone when I was their age that they are now, I would go to a baseball game. I'd go to an NFL football game. I would go to an art gallery. I would have
gone to the bar and gotten drunk, because that's how I met a lot of really great men.
Call me.
272-6969.
If you know what I mean.
I'm talking about 69.
No, we got it. But yeah, dating, they don't even have to, they could wear their mud mask and look for a date. We had to go somewhere.
Yeah.
We had to go somewhere, and I really liked that we had to go somewhere, because that's how I met a lot of people.
Yeah.
I told you, when I moved down here 12 years ago, up north, I was extremely social. There was always something I was going to. It was great. My sister and I both.
Oh, God. We were when I was younger, we were constantly going out.
Yeah.
I was never the responsible one, as you know.
Yes, I do know that.
We will be posting a video of me over on the other coast. It's hilarious.
She's still not the responsible one.
No.
Lori.
I mean, listen, it's not like
Lori.
I was wasted. They're covered up today. You can't see
They
it.
are. You have your wing catchers on today.
I have my...
That's so funny.
My wing dressings.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you so much. This is going to be a long one. Maybe we'll do a part 2. But I'm so glad I got a blanket, because you guys would be staring at my old lady underwear. Oh, it just feels so good to put your feet up like this.
I know,
we
it's
have
so
to
much
do
more
this
comfortable.
again. Yeah.
We have to just leave that there so we know where
we will, because this is so much more comfortable. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. We have big things coming up, guys. I know we keep saying it, but man, man.
We talked to a management company today.
Yes.
And
that's a big deal. Yeah. Why don't we say that? So a management company reached out to Lori and I to kind of manage the shit show that we do not have time for, and hopefully they'll start getting us a little bit of brand deals.
And I loved it, because it's like all one-stop shopping. They can figure out how we can. She's like, we'll schedule one meet and greet and see how it goes. Like, I loved this girl.
Yeah. So the reason why Lori and I, like, some people are like, they're monetized. Listen, every single person on social media monetizes, and if you don't, you're an idiot.
Well. Yeah, and go ahead.
We'll explain, because monetizing, we want to quit our day jobs so that we can tour our podcast and go and meet our fans and go
and do this full time.
That is why we want to monetize. If someone can't understand that about us, and they're not a true fan of ours, and be like, girl, you got this. I support you. But if you're turned off because we want to monetize, then you're not really a supporter.
No. And John and Alex, I just saw, I think it was an interview with them, but she goes, oh, you're monetizing. So they get it too. Like everybody gets the shit.
Yeah.
But,
or you're not funny anymore because why can't we be both?
Yeah.
I mean, why can't we be both?
Yeah. We actually landed our own brand deal and that we're going to be recording soon.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And we're going to put it in our bank account so that we can go and make our dreams come true.
I don't want to be in the dental office
and
anymore,
here's the
for
thing,
Christ's sake.
Monetizing and having a job, that you have a job, whoever's, you have a job, we're monetizing. It's the same.
Yeah, we're trying to make money. We're not looking to get like wealthy. I mean, that would be nice, but but I mean, you know what I mean? I'm looking to be able to not have to work full time and do this full time.
Yeah, because we really enjoy doing it. We make a lot of people happy and they make us happy. And we're actually enjoying what we're doing right now. So if we can get paid to do what we're doing right now,
it would be awesome.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, and we have a few fans who they're like, I'm trying to figure out how I can send you guys money to support you, and I'm like, no, but
support our brands that we,
we just ordered these new awesome bras that we're going to be promoting.
Lori always feels like this is space time. I'm going to hang up on you like I did the last episode. Lori always goes, we, sitting around like we're just talking on FaceTime.
This is like when I get off the phone and I tell, and Eric laughs at me all the time. I'll go, all right, babe, I'm going to go. I love you. And he'll go, okay. And I'll go, how was your, meeting today?
Yeah. It's like, I
always like
I'm walking out the door. I got to go. So I'm going to hang up on Lori right now. Bye, guys.
Cut off my mic.
You guys don't forget to like and share our podcast. That always helps get it out even more. And hopefully like and share our videos. That's really, really helpful. That's the best way to.
And if you're listening to this, please subscribe.
Yeah.
And please share if something resonates with you and you'd like to share it with a friend. We'd appreciate it.
And we do a podcast every week. It always goes out every Saturday morning, unless I'm sick or something's going on. But every Saturday morning, I post our podcast. So thank you guys so much. And don't forget, we go live every Monday night from 7 to 8 o'clock on TikTok, 8 to 9 on Instagram. Every Wednesday night, we do our
weight loss update. We can say
weight loss update on there on Wednesday. We do it on Fun Size Chicks. But I'm going to talk to you about maybe putting it back on ours if we're going to talk in code. What's the difference? But we'll talk about that.
I know. And that's the thing.
Okay. We'll talk about that. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to hang up on Lori right here.
Let me just, I
oh
apologize.
My God, really?
No, I'm sorry. I just need to, sorry about that. There's something going on. I feel like my crotch eats me.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, these are delicious. I can tell these are expensive.
Just a little bit.
I feel like you're going to be all...
Because look at it's just... Ow.
Forget that fucking thing. Nice. Oh. That's karma.
That's karma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay.
Okay. Wait, the newsroom is telling me something.
What's that?
What's that?
There's a storm coming.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. There's a tornado. You guys have 20 minutes.